Earth to Girl World, Earth to Girl World. This is Docta Fill, checking in, seeing who's there, who's ready for a fun episode of Girl World Live Reactions. Who's there? Who's ready? I am. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to anybody out there who's enjoying this holiday season. Let me reduce that music a little. Probably a little too loud to hear me with that. Hopefully everybody's having a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. I think that's coming up for anybody who celebrates that. Yes, indeed. Let me welcome you fine folks into the chat. Let's see what we got tonight. Or this morning, actually. Maybe it's evening for some of you folks, depending where you are on the planet. I know we've got a very international audience here. Love, Girl World is truly the world over, right? Welcome in, Jamie. No problem. Hope you're having a great day today. Thank you for coming in. Angela Glass, good to see you, Angel. Miss Jarella, welcome in. Cinnamon Girl 1978, happy Saturday. View XOXOXO. Hey View, hope you're having a great day. I've got your pal Snorlax over here. perfect timing. Got Snorlax doing some paying us a little visit. So maybe you can give us the inside info on your Pokemon friend. Welcome in, Colleen with a K. Good to see you there. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everyone. Hope you're enjoying your winter season. Hopefully the weather has been relatively mild. Let me shut that music down here. Let me pull up the video that we're going to start with. I have not covered any Foodie Beauty in a long time. I am so far behind. I've been covering her a little bit, but not really. I have watched some of her videos. Like I've watched some reactors. Shout out Rosethorn. She does a great channel. There's some other good channels too. But yeah, so I need to catch up on Foodie. So I know the other day she just got demonetized, finally. Great news, right? I mean, I don't normally wish something like that on people, but Foodie has just been so awful for so long. This has been overdue. So I'm not gonna be too trying to think of a word for it, too self-righteous to get a little bit of a smile off of this. So with that said, let's cut off this music and get started with the reaction of the day, right? And also this is making up for Wednesday's show. My apologies. I know I missed the Wednesday show. Unfortunately, some things came up. I was a little bit busy. But hopefully today I can give you the make up for it. So yeah, take off the starting soon. Let's get started now. So here I've got, let me shout out the channel here, Looney Foodie Beauty. It's a clip channel, pretty good one. I'm still hoping to find a channel that doesn't speed up the clips, but at least they don't speed them up too fast over here. So shout out Looney Foodie Beauty, clipping up some of Chantel's most recent live streams. So let me pull up the stream itself here and we can get started. So this was from last night, I want to say. Let me share the screen, make sure it's... And hopefully this volume levels are good for everybody. Let me know if you need things to be adjusted a little bit. Okay, so this is from the 12/12 stream. Oh, this was deleted. So especially good that we got this. This was a deleted stream. Foodie's still raging and not willing to understand why she's not allowed to eat during her live streams. So she's being ignorant. She wants to just abandon her Foodie channel and move over to Twitch, which I don't think makes sense. After logging off, she deleted this stream. Oh yes, and if anybody has the new YouTube hype button, be sure to hype up my video as well. But also after you're done, go hype up Looney Foodie Beauty's channel. I put the link in the chat. But let's start watching. Let's get a little bit of it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on Twitch too. No, this is
anybody in the chat. You familiar? Anybody in there familiar with Twitch? Because I use Twitch a lot. I don't use Twitch as a creator. I use Twitch as a viewer. I have a personal account where I just, I have friends on there who stream. It's an okay platform. I'll talk a little more about it later. I think that it's a decent platform, but I think it's a very poor choice for Foodie. Spoilers, quick, short, dirty version. Twitch is a very male and a very young platform. yes, there are some middle-aged men on there, but you're not going to find a lot of middle-aged women. And that's Foodie's main audience. Middle-aged women, older women. Yeah, she has some younger women as well. There's some men. But the bulk of her audience, I want to say, is middle-aged women. And most of the Gorlworld stream viewers are middle-aged women. And Twitch does not have a lot of middle-aged women on there. So I just don't think the demographics are good for her. I think maybe 5% of her viewers have active accounts on Twitch. So I just don't think it's going to make sense for her long term. I don't see Gorlworld shifting to Twitch. I could be wrong, but I don't see it.
Not the DD wig. That one was
Thoughts,
yellow.
anybody? Oh, and I have a poll going as well.
It is
Anybody
itchy,
like to vote?
but it matches this shirt.
Oh, that awful wig she's got.
Mother Bees, Blob Ross. Good to see your whole face.
And is the volume balance good?
Toupee. Charlotte Strawberries.
Welcome in, Nutty. Good to see you.
It's
I got a
Karen
deleted
mix, so I
Foodie
gotta
stream
complain
here.
all day then.
Oh, and later on tonight, or just today, I have Glitter and Lasers. I have some social media from Glitter and Lasers. I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of it, but then we're going to do the full Glitter and Lasers social media blitz after Foodie, after I catch up a little bit. I have more content than I can cover on Glitter and Lasers. So I don't want to just do an entire show dedicated to her. But we've got a lot of Glitter and Lasers material, some of it better than others. But there's also a podcast, which I'm not going to cover today because it's just too much. But yeah, Glitter and Lasers did another podcast. Foodie with her awful wig. Looks like a...
PG-13.
Trying to think what that wig looks like.
She's sleeping on my jacket. I'm going to call her Tinker Stink. Tinker Bells, Tinker Smell. I'm going to call you... Oh, Fuego. Wait.
That's just an awful wig.
Hey, Scrape.
I mean, it
You think I
doesn't
could
even
sell
look
my
like
hair
a...
trimmings?
Like
So-
you couldn't even... That's just the worst.
Imagine, ma'am, we'll give you 38 cents. Stinker Bell. I'm hyper. I want to have a friggin' cheese string, but I can't eat. I look 70. Nice.
Jay Leno, yeah, right?
Oh,
Louis
it's the
Anderson?
hot sauce one.
Jay Leno? I don't even know.
Oh, look at her. She's freaking out already. So these that you guys make fun of, oh, you get yourself food, but you can only get her from Dollar Tree. Okay?
All right, so Foodie is eating a little bit near. This is a deleted stream. I'm going to pull up some Glitter and Lasers while this is going on.
She loves these. So now I always go, where's your Fuego?
So she's buying these cat treats for her cat. This is, you know, Foodie is such a crap cat owner. Apparently she finally named the cat, but she didn't really give it a real name. What is going on with that? Why is Foodie not naming the cat after weeks and weeks and weeks? What's going on?
Nailed it. Look at her. She's looking to pounce. Sir Pounce. Oh, here she is.
I'm going to give you a little taste of Glitter and Lasers while we're watching Foodie.
You want to play?
This has become permanent. This lack of a CPAP wearing on the face thing.
I look like Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. She wishes she looked like Elvis Presley.
Oh, that's a nice
She looks
thing.
high enough
Go
to
get
be
it.
Elvis Presley.
Go. Dan Connor from Rose for real.
Actually, I really.
Sample them.
Does anybody
I
have
don't
a
even
better
know.
Foodie stream? No disrespect, but to Looney Foodie Beauty for clipping this stream, but they're just not very good. There's not a lot of rage, you know. Let's try this one because I haven't really viewed a lot of these in full. So let's hopefully some of these have a little more rage in them.
Decide what we're gonna do, because yeah, I'm sure I'll get found out here soon. Yes, a lot of videos, and like this new policy just like came to be, you know.
Do you know of any better
forefront.
Foodie streams, Nutty?
And it's
Like
like-
any especially good ones?
You do realize that
Because now that everybody's been demonetized, the girls are deleting all their streams. So I don't really have a good backlog like I used to. But fear not, here's what I do have. I have the Glitter and Lasers backlog, which is really good. So let's go with Glitter and Lasers. Since Foodie is crap today, and this really was pretty weak, let's go with Glitter and Lasers. Foodie has been routinely disappointing to me. I want to see her rage out on camera. I don't want to see her just sit there really high. And that's all she's been doing.
Forgot to show this yesterday.
So I've got Glitter and Lasers here,
Let's see what
eating candy as usual.
we got today. Caramel peanut.
This is where her beautiful picture came from.
I was negative towards it as soon as I saw it said vegan. I'm biased.
And I wanted you to see this picture here because look how she's wearing. Look at this outfit. You see these pajamas, these pajamas here? Watch this one again. We'll let it loop. And shout out Kiwi Farms because that's where I get a lot of these videos, but basically all these from. But they download these and I get them from there. They archive them.
Caramel peanut.
So this is the current.
I was negative towards it as soon as I saw it.
So this is the current picture. December 5th is when this video is from. See that picture there? Same pajamas on October 3rd. Check them out. They were looser. They were looser on October 3rd. That was only, what, a month and a half ago? How is she gaining weight despite going to the gym and all this stuff? It just doesn't add up. So let me show the other picture I have that shows that how tight these are, or how loose these were a month ago, or 2 months ago. Look at how much looser they were 2 months ago. And now let's watch the video of her eating this stuff again.
I forgot to show this yesterday. Oh well. Let's see what we got today. Caramel peanut.
I think you're right, Wookie. Welcome in, Wookie. Wookie lover.
I was negative towards it as soon as I saw it said vegan.
I think Foodie is too high also. I don't know what she's on, whether it's pills or like a lot of smoke or maybe drinking, but she has been so loaded that she just, nothing bothers her. She's just totally zoned out.
Yeah. I'm biased. I forgot to show this
So another thing that's even more shocking though,
yesterday.
if you look at this video, look at her face. In 2 months, her face has never cleared up. These pimples, and this has just become a permanent part of her face. She has like a permanent face full of scabs at this point. This is never going to go away. Like, this is just permanent. Over the course of 2 months, she still has a face full. I really do believe she does not wash her CPAP, and that's why it just never gets clean, and why she always has pimples in that same area around her face. It is boring, Jarella. I keep trying to check her out, and every time I do, it just doesn't really work out. I really want to watch Foodie, but it's just, she doesn't talk about anything. She doesn't even, and now that she can't eat on camera, it's even more boring. So I've just kind of defaulted to glitter and lasers. I do a little bit of Rosie, but all right, so let me cover the rest of the glitter and lasers here. So let me go back to the bumper. And let me pull up the other videos. Okay, so in the past, she's lied about filters. Let me show you her filter lies. Before and after with the filters. Where is it? Here we go. So you got this clearly in the past. Here's another one. Take a look at that. And I'm going to pull up some recent clips, some recent comments where she claims she doesn't use filters. Let me pull these up. So we got this one here. Come on. Having a little trouble with the interface here. Give me a second. All right. So it's saying new post before, now post before and after without filters. And she says, there are no filters on any of these pictures. Y'all need to find some new conspiracy theory to believe. This is literally what my body looks like now. Y'all, I'm one person, you weirdsmobile, and I have eyes. Your body changes size from one post to the next lately. You're seeing what you want to see. It's not my fault that you have vision problems. I'm not using filters to alter my body. The fact that you even think that is absurd. How can we even think that, right? She keeps going, though. She doesn't let this go. Man, the other day you posted a story where you were so filtered you looked like a size 14. It's not absurd to think you use filters. It's absurd that you claim not to. Stop lying to yourself and your followers. Ha ha ha, girl, get a hobby. Let me pull up the next part. More BS here. Whoops. So we got that there. The after photos of you were literally your stories, labeled restyled by Meta AI. Stop claiming you don't use filters, Anna. It's bull crap. Let me pull up this one here. There's literally no edits in these photos. My body just looks different at different angles. Why would I only edit one photo? Wouldn't I edit them all? Y'all are bananas. Seriously, I'm not discussing this further. So let me put it back to the to some recent pictures of her. And also one, this was from a few months ago, I believe. But here's a good one from Reddit that kind of talks about, this is a regular thing with Anna, talking bull crap about filters. Welcome in, Blue Hoodie. Great point. Even the filtered image still looks pretty awful. I hope you're having a great weekend there. Is that a mugshot? Welcome in, Jamie. Good to see you. Let's see here. It might as well be. The one on the right, especially. Jesus. These are some really not good looking pictures. I mean, and here's another one, but for the filtered, unfiltered version. So let me get some more here. So here we go. And here's Anna talking about photos. This is absolutely silly. Talking about, I used to hate side-by-side photos. I bought into the perspective that they were evil because they made some people feel like they were the before, and I was shaming them. However, now years into the journey, I realize I need them. I need to see and acknowledge progress. On the daily, I don't see the progress. She just can't use the word wait. Sometimes I need it thrown right in my face to keep working and pushing and bettering myself. I needed to remember how hard things used to be. I also need to remember and never forget how much work an earlier version of me did so I can enjoy life more. But there's no visible progress. Where is the before and after, though? Continuing that work is showing gratitude to her, the girl that did it when it was so much harder. I'm not a before or an after. I am both of them and all the in-betweens. Where is the after? Where is the before, Anna? I've yet to see any visible differences. Every step of my day, she sounds like somebody who's lost 300 pounds. She's talking like somebody who's had an amazing body transformation. That's not who she is, though. Every step of my journey is worthy of respect. Good God. And to be very clear, my goal has never been to be thin. Well, in that case, you haven't failed. In that case, you have not failed. You have definitely succeeded in not being thin. And it's always been about gaining access to parts of my life my body was preventing me from experiencing. Parts of her life, like fitting in a bathtub. My journey is about living more, not being less. I don't really have weight loss goals. I don't really have them. So you kind of have them, don't have them. My goals are mostly rooted in things I want to be able to do. Unless her goal is to be able to completely fill up an entire door frame, I don't think that gaining weight is going to help her achieve those goals. So yeah, that's pretty. I don't know how the photos got disconnected from here, but that should just give you some idea of the delusion that Anna's got. And here's her admitting to using filters. By the way, this is a different one from the past. But in the past, she admitted to using filters. Let's see this video.
Feeling very unglamorous today. That's why I have the filter on. Actually, I think I'm having a flare up. This happens with autoimmune disorders, and my cheeks are actually this red. This is not the filter. I'm blushing. But yeah, I need to rest. But that's great because I have some content from Finland that I haven't shared, and this is the perfect time to share it. So without further ado, here's some hot Finland action that you haven't seen yet. I am feeling
She's got the filter on here, which of course you can tell because this is, her skin normally looks like this. Her skin normally looks like a battlefield. Like it's really just it looks like it hurts. Like the old expression, does your face hurt? Because it's killing me. Her face literally does look like it hurts. I think we already showed this one, but just in case we didn't, let me show it again.
This yesterday. Oh well. Let's see what we got today. Caramel peanut. I was negative towards it as soon as I saw it said vegan.
Oh, we saw that one. Okay, let's go back to this here. So this is the kind of crap that Anna eats on a regular basis. And I don't want to call it crap too much because I'm sure it probably tastes good. But this stuff is really freaking fattening. This is something like 77 calories per serving. But you got to understand, there's like 20 servings in this jar. Somebody else can look it up. I don't have the picture here handy, but there's something like 20 servings in a jar of this. Or excuse me, one serving is like 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons is a serving. So it really doesn't, this is not a good idea for somebody who's trying to lose weight. This is just a terrible choice for somebody trying to lose weight. This is basically just junk food in a jar. Maybe it has protein added. That's great, but it's still just sweets. Let me see some of your comments. Let me see
Holy
how you guys
crap, this is good. It is so much better than I thought it would
welcome,
be.
Little Miss Snack.
And it's like little
to have
Debbie
you.
snack cake.
Thank you so much for coming by. Let me get you up on the chat here. Oh, okay. I will pull that. Thank you, Nutty. Actually, I can use that one. We could use that one in just a minute. Thank you, Nutty. And I agree that she's not going to rage out in full until later. We'll check that one after it slows down with Anna just a bit. I'm on a good roll now with Anna. Was she arrested? Anna? I don't think Anna. Maybe you're talking about somebody else. I'm not really sure you mean. Exactly. Nobody wants to be that big. I hope so, Wookiee Lover. I believe that she spreads a lot of medical misinformation, especially with the liposuction BS, saying that she can't medically lose any weight. So I think that she deserves to be demonetized as much as anybody as far as spreading medical misinformation. I'm sorry to hear that, Wookiee Lover. Hopefully you're feeling good right now, at least. Exactly, Nutty. I see. Why did I think of that? It's got some protein in there, of course. Exactly. The servings are the issue. This dough is perfectly fine if you only eat one serving, but who the frick is eating one serving?
Flavored. This is the best way I've ever got protein.
The best way she's ever got protein. That should tell you something right there. How out of touch she is. If you're trying to get healthy, it's all well and good to have some treats, but you have to. The bulk of your diet should be coming from health food.
Holy crap, this is good. It is so much better than I thought it would be. And it's like little Debbie snack cake flavored.
Better than she thought it would be. Look at what's in here. This is just straight up candy. Look at this stuff. There's actual chunks of little Debbie snack cakes in there. How could that possibly be healthy?
Little Debbie snack cake.
How could that possibly be healthy? I don't care what it says on the label. I don't believe that's healthy. I just don't accept it. And I have to question at which point these protein snacks become a trap. I've said it before. I've called them trap foods, but this here is really setting off my red flags as somebody who likes to be healthy sometimes with my eating. This is a real trap because this is not health food. There's nothing healthy about this because who the heck eats only 2 tablespoons? Nobody. This is junk food disguised as health food. Don't eat this. I'm actually very much against this now that I'm really looking at it. She probably put some extra ones in. Oh, they said it looked like a mugshot. Oh, no, it's not actually a mugshot. It just looked like a mugshot. I'm sorry, Cinnamon Girl. bit of a confusion. Bit of a meme there. Darn right, Mr. Ella. It is marketing. It's it's what I call a trap food. And it really is. So let me show you some information here about what a trap this food is. So, by the way, not only is that stuff fattening, look how much it costs. How much do you think this stuff costs? My guess was $7.99, maybe $9.99. I figured it might be a little bit expensive, maybe $10. Look how much it costs. $24 frickin' dollars. $24 for one little jar of sweets? This is insanity. Who is buying this? Who is buying this? This is just, I really pray that nobody who's struggling financially thinks that this is health food and is investing their money buying this, thinking that this is some kind of magic food, that it tastes really good, but it's going to get them healthy. This is This is a trap, and it's priced so expensive. That's crazy. Well, that's good to hear, Wookiee Lover. That's very important. Taking good care of yourself. There's no substitute for good nutrition and activity. And you know, we can't change the cards we're dealt, but we can play the hand that we've got, right? Try to make the best of it. So let me show some more of the kind of snacks that she's been getting into, this gal.
Hey, I forgot about my advent calendar, so let's open it up.
She really does have what's called an advent calendar of protein bars. I don't hate the idea of it, but if there's anybody who does not need an extra protein bar in their life, it's Glitter and Lasers. This girl already eats like an entire box of these every 2 days.
I've actually never had this one, but heard great things.
Key lime pie. I don't think I would enjoy that personally. I mean, maybe it's good. I just don't think I would like it, but who knows? But I'm just shocked at her skin. This is a woman, and before anybody says, well, you know, she's trying to be relatable, I understand. It's relatable to not have flawless skin all the time. Not everybody can look like a beautiful model. I get that, right? We want it's good to be natural. But I don't think there's anybody who always has skin this bad. Like her skin is just always terrible. That's not relatable. That's pitiful. That's something like, why can't you, Glitter, you got to clean your freaking CPAP. Clean your CPAP. Like, just do it. Like, don't stop. Just do it. Just effing do it.
So much better than yesterday. It's been a long day. I forgot about my advent calendar, so let's open it up.
So I got some more stuff here. Hold on.
I've actually never had this one, but heard great.
Just wanted you to all see how beautiful my hair was this morning.
This one here, I thought this one was really funny. When you know how this Glitter Lasers, what's she doing here? She's posting a video of her hair a mess. Now, how did this get started? Models posting themselves looking like crap. You know why they did that? Does anybody know why models would post a picture of themselves looking like crap when they first woke up in the morning? Because they wanted to show that they don't always look so beautiful. That they don't always look as flawless as they're made to appear in the magazines. Glitter and Lasers, you have never looked flawless. You always look like crap. Posting a picture of yourself first thing in the morning is not humbling and revealing. It's just lazy because you don't look any better as the day goes on. You're not going to look flawless this afternoon, so you want to show us how you look before you go through your transformation. You're going to look like this for the entirety of the day, so you're not, there's nothing. Did you folks get what I'm saying? I'm having trouble explaining it here. But the giving people a glimpse into how you look when you're not made up is supposed to be to make you relatable, because it's supposed to make your beauty appear more down to earth and more achievable. Nobody wants to achieve looking like this woman. Welcome in, Rudy. You think so? I think she doesn't wash her CPAP because it's around her mouth. That's what I've noticed. It's like her forehead's, you know, she's got bad skin everywhere, but it's almost entirely around her mouth in this ring. That's what I've noticed. Like if you look at her chin, her upper lip, and the corners of her mouth where the saliva drips, that's where and like the corners of the chin, that's where it's really bad. So, I mean, she probably does pick, but I think it's the lack of washing the CPAP. I just feel like that's got to be it, because it's just that one area that's just really, really ravaged. And welcome in, Ruthie, of course. Hope you're having a good morning. Right? Like letting us see how she looks before she gets beautified. Oh, no, I do get you, Ruthie. Yeah, like I mean, she has to be picking it too. You're right. Because to get that level of scabbing, it's not going to scab up like that if you don't pick at it. So you mean, I do agree with you there. So let me put up some more stuff though. So yeah, all right, let me let this go on before this horrifies you folks too much. So here we go. This is yet another product she's shilling here for the Glitter and Lasers Vitamin Morning.
Very skeptical, but I'm trying it for science. It's like a patch you put on your arm It's supposed to keep you awake.
Now, I don't even know what's in this
But
pack.
I was sitting waiting.
I'm very skeptical, but I'm
So a B12 patch, I mean, I guess, I don't know. B12 is good stuff. I mean, I agree with that. But I don't know how much of it you're going to be able to absorb through a patch in your skin, right? Like, does that even really work very well? I don't know. All right, so here's a funny one. Here's a really funny one. You folks have probably seen this already too, at least some clips of it. Glitter and Lasers doing a video with their zipper completely busted open. And you're probably saying to yourself, did she just forget to zip it? Is it busted? Which is it? Well, let's get a better look. Oops. Yeah, I just don't get it how you can be a fashion influencer and you're wearing pants with the zipper busted open. Like, why don't you just change into a different pair of pants? She buys like 12 pairs of jeans every month. Like, doesn't she have at least one where the zipper is not busted open? Like, what the heck? And here's another good one. For Glitter is always talking about what size she is and how she's not, how she's, what did she say, a 3X? Or she said she's a 2X. Here's an example of a 3X from a brand that Glitter models. I got this picture off Kiwi Farms. So do we know for a fact she's a 3X? I don't know, but I take their word for it. This is the picture they have. This is the model they used. I get you on there. Agreed, Jarella. Oh, I didn't even, you know what? I always forget about that woman. That's such a great point. She's always leaving her makeup on. Y'all are cracking me up. Welcome in, Fresh Flowers 717. Hopefully you're having a great day today. We're checking out some Glitter and Lasers content. Doing some reactions here. We're looking at a 3X model. An actual 3X model who actually, or I shouldn't say for sure, but apparently this woman is a 3X size model. And Glitter and Lasers claims to be a 3X as well. And I'm not seeing it. I think this woman looks significantly smaller than Glitter and Lasers, even though she is listed at the same height, which I thought was a good detail. Because that way you can really compare the two of them. And she looks much smaller than Glitter and Lasers. So I don't think you can really... take that for what it's worth. So Glitter and Lasers does a great job of ignoring the haters. What do I mean by that? I mean, she constantly gets angry and sends them messages and fights with them online. And here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. Just eat some chicken. OMFG. All you eat is protein candy. No wonder you're enormous. Genuine question. Why do you care what I eat? Better question. Why do you care what you... All right, let me start this over again. So this woman messaged her and said, just eat some chicken. OMFG. All you eat is protein candy. No wonder you're enormous. Yeah, she's right. Like, this is coming from somebody who actually does like some protein candy themselves, but I don't, you can't eat it the way Glitter does. She's made an entire food group. Genuine question. Why do you care what I eat? Fair question. Better question. Why don't you care what you eat? Aren't you sick of being super morbidly obese? You're on a GLP-1 and blowing out your joints pretending to be a strong woman, but yet still have to use the hello, it's ready scale? Shocking that people who see your content where all you talk about is your changing body, yet you look the same as you did pre-liposuction botch jobs. Wow, laying into her with that. I mean, I don't know if I'd come at her this harshly, this directly at least, but I don't think she's wrong. I think everything she's saying is correct. Honestly, I think you should care more about yourself, your food, your luxury apartment that you treat like a depression trash can than your stupid capitalist spawn con and what your fake-ass followers will engage with. You seem miserable, and your gut disease is getting really bad. This girl tore her ass up. Shout out to my fake-ass followers. Thanks for believing in me. Glitter, you got smacked up by this lady online. I think this is one of the best... like takedowns I've seen. Yeah, right. Got him. Got you, bitch. Welcome in, SM2052. Agreed, Ms. Jarella. Thank you. That's another good point, Wookiee Lover. You can make an argument that they have that on the upper half, they're not too far apart, but on the lower half, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, let's keep going here. You think Glitter lets it go after that? Heck no, she does not let it go after that. She keeps it going. Don't open yourself up, or excuse me. Don't open yourself up for judgment by showing yourself eating effing protein candy on a daily basis and act surprised when people have opinions about that crap. You'll never be an athlete eating processed whey protein and xylitol. Just to give anybody who's not aware, whey protein is the main ingredient in protein bars. Like the protein in a protein bar, it comes from whey protein. The protein in a protein shake usually comes from whey protein. Sometimes they'll use soy protein, but she's basically correct. Whey protein is it. And xylitol, I believe, somebody can correct me, Jarella I'm sure knows this one. I think that's a sugar alcohol. I think that's I know it's a sweetener that they put in those products. I believe it also keeps it moistens the texture, so it has a more pleasing texture when you bite into it, so it doesn't dry out. You can't outrun a crap diet, Anna. Seems obvious to everyone, but you and your body, which is apparently a separate entity. And it's funny, just the other week, Anna was talking about how she realized that her body and her are the same thing, and she needs to stop saying that. But has she really? Because I was so proud of her for saying that in the podcast, but her actions have not really borne that out. Tell us more about your mysterious flare-ups and chronic illness, but not before you also show yourself eating 7 servings of highly processed protein cookie dough. Wouldn't it be so sweet if you actually fit into the size 3X clothes you paint onto yourself daily? Imagine. Wow. I just don't understand why all of this is so important to you. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Yeah, Anna, we expect perfection from you. That's the problem. We demand perfection. Why aren't you perfect? I'm not perfect. I openly admit that. But why you care is still pretty unclear to me. Joke's on her. I'm wearing a 2X in tops now. Are you really, Anna? Are you really? I mean, maybe that one that's splitting apart at the buttons. Maybe on that one. So let's keep going here. Give me a second. Let me close out some of the windows I'm not using here. So let me pull up the next part of this back and forth. The point of this last series of messages isn't that I'm hurt. Look at the picture she posts. She's totally unbothered, completely freaking unbothered. The point of the last series of messages isn't that I'm hurt. The point is that person went off on me over and over and could never explain why it mattered to them. Why do they have to explain why it mattered? I'll tell you why it mattered, Anna, and the chat has already told you why, but I'll give you my opinion why. Because you're an influencer with millions of followers. If you're going to influence people, you should hold yourself accountable to that audience. That audience has a right to hold you accountable. That's my belief. If you're an influencer, your audience has a right to hold you accountable for the things you influence them to purchase, the things you influence them to do. If you're encouraging your audience to do something, you owe it to them to explain why they should do it. And if your explanation is nothing more than, well, I was paid to endorse this product, if that's your explanation, that you were paid, then you're really doing a disservice to your audience. So that's why it matters, Anna, because you're telling people to use you as an example. You're telling people to follow what you do, to follow your lead. As long as that's the case, you should be held to a higher standard. You should be held accountable for what you say, and what you're saying is pushing other people to action. Now, I don't think it's actually pushing very many people to action, but as long as you're being paid to advertise products, I think you should be accountable for the products that you're pushing. And plastic surgery is very much a product, right? So why it mattered to them. That's why it matters, Anna. Each time I asked they redirected the conversation to insult me more. But the insults were not, they were not rude insults. They were sharp insults, but they weren't rude. They were very reasonable. They were things like, let me pull up the insults, the quote unquote insults. You can't outrun a bad diet. Don't open yourself up to judgment, showing yourself eating candy and then act surprised when people have opinions. These aren't like insults. These are observations. These are criticisms, but these are not insults. Like actually rereading this again, she really goes out of her way to not be insulting. She goes out of her way to be incisive, and she's a bit inflammatory, but she is really not insulting. I mean, she says you're enormous. That's the closest thing to an insult in here. Fake gas followers, maybe that, but the rest of it here is really just sharp, incisive commentary. The kind that I try to give here. I don't think I do quite as well as this. But then again, I have to fill a much larger time block. Oh, Fresh Flowers, 717. Thank you so much for £4.99, right? I hope I got that right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of the chatters here, all of the members as well. Very much appreciated. Anybody watching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, yes, Blue Hoodie, because she's shilling healthcare, prescription GLP-1s, claiming to be a fitness queen. Remember when she was doing that in the past? She did the same exact thing, I think, 3 years ago now? 2 years ago? Where she was doing the workout phase, where she was doing that Copilot fitness app. And she claimed she lost 70 pounds through that fitness app and through working out 3 times a week, doing aerobics and walking. And in reality, she was on diet medication, GLP-1 medication. And that was where basically all of her weight loss came from. She admitted that later. So that's why it matters, because you're pushing products and lying about how you got the results you got. A little bit of shame would not be a bad look on these gals. I think it would look a lot better than the bare midriff, at least. You don't need, good point, Jarella. You don't need sports nutrition products if you're not like a real athlete. And I'm not saying you can't use them, but they're not like that necessary. Like they really aren't. Like, I was right. Sugar alcohol. Excellent. So I knew I had that one correct. Oh, known as birch sugar. Interesting. Thank you for the detail there. Oh, it's bad for dogs. Oh, it's a good thing I'm not a dog. But obviously, yeah, I guess you don't want to leave it around if you do have pet dogs there. So let me catch up on this chat a little bit. Thank you again to Fresh Flowers. Very much appreciated. Welcome in, Angel Glass. Good to see you here. Oh, no problem, Nutty. Have a great day. Glad to have a happy birthday to you and to your friend or whomever's it is. Yes, please be sure to leave a like if you're enjoying the show. Thank you so much, folks. Behave yourselves with Nutty gone, right? We got the mod is out of the room, so we gotta behave yourselves now. So let me keep going here with Nutty's with Glitter and Lasers conversation. So this is the conversation this is her response to that conversation that had some really incisive commentary in there. So she claims that she was insulted. They couldn't explain why they consumed all this information about me. They couldn't explain why. Why do they have to explain it? I don't get what her explain. She's like, they couldn't explain why. Why do they have to explain it? They couldn't justify it. What justification is necessary? And they did give a justification, but they shouldn't need to. They couldn't give you an explanation of why they spent hours researching me. This is what they call DARPO. Deny, attack, reverse. Oh, how does that go? Deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. Is that what that means? Where they basically just gaslight you and try to turn it around on you. They could not explain why they were interested in me. Healthy, grounded people don't obsess over things they hate. But she never said she hated you though. They change them when they can. Well, she was trying to change you. Or they move on to something else. Well, she did move on. People who say stuff like this are stuck in their own hell. Anna, if I don't see this other lady making a social media post about her conversation with you, I feel for them. I don't think you can feel for anybody at this point, Anna. There are so many amazing things to be happy about. I hope they find some. Well, maybe they'll get a protein bar advent calendar. Then they can live like you. Darn right, Cinnamon Girl. Good point, Wookiee lover. Don't mislead people online and then claim that you're trying to inspire people. If you're trying to inspire people, be honest. If you're trying to inspire people, stop minimizing your flaws and maximizing all of your successes to create an unrealistic appearance of an unrealistic image of your success. If you're doing that, you're not providing. It reminds me of those people who like those people who take steroids and work out, and then they like, oh yeah, see, look how I got in shape in just like 3 months, and all I had to do was work out a little bit. Like, be honest. If you're taking those drugs, don't BS people and try to make it sound like you've done something more than you have, and there's nothing wrong with being honest. You don't have to pretend that you're superhuman unless you're not happy with who you really are. I guess in that case, yeah, you do have to pretend then. But that says a lot about Glitter, that she's not willing to post a realistic assessment of herself. She's only willing to show this heavily filtered and edited and curated image because she feels that the unedited truth just isn't glamorous enough for her inflated ego. So let's continue. The point of the last messages isn't that I'm hurt. The point is that person went off on me over and over and could never explain why it mattered to them. That's not the point. This is completely delusional. The point is this person gave you some very valid and measured critique, and all you did was pepper them with irrelevant questions like why does it matter to you? Why does it matter? What is it? What's the point of why do you have these questions? All you did was ask questions, and you didn't answer any of their questions. Each time I asked, they redirected the conversation to insult me. In other words, each time you tried to change the subject, they just reiterated their initial concern. This is unreal how she's trying to gaslight everybody. She is not talking about the conversation we just saw. Each time I asked, they redirected the conversation to insult me more. All right, Glitter, let's humor you for a second. Why do you care what I eat? Why don't you care what you eat? They're not redirecting to insult. Aren't you sick of being superly morbidly obese? Right? No, they redirected it because you tried to change the subject. Every time that Glitter tried to change the subject, this woman just went right back to why do you not give a crap about what you eat? They could give an explanation of why they spent all this. No, they did. They did explain it. I don't love how some people talk about me online, so I don't consume that content. Instead, I actively make time in my day to do arch animal videos. That's supposed to be a typo. Every time I have to block people, I have to block people. You don't have to block people. Well, you really don't. Like, unless somebody is actively harassing you. And let me share this as my opinion. If somebody's like harassing you, like they're sending you obscene material, like pictures or videos, or they're writing obscene things, absolutely block them, report them. But if they're just, posting stuff and you don't like what they're posting, if it really bothers you, of course, block them. But you don't have to block somebody just because they disagree with you. I make sure to spend time right after responding to my comments and commenting on strangers' posts. I don't let the hate linger. I find a way to move on. It will kill you if you don't. You know what else will kill you, Glitter? Your diet. So hold on, though. But that's not all. We've got more. She does not let it go. She has even more clapbacks for the so-called hater. She posts a freaking video. She posts this video. Let's see the video. Oh, it's got more music. Let me review. Oh, F off, Anna. This is why people care. It's the blatant lying. So Anna's gaslighting us right here. Which she said, each time I asked, they redirected the conversation. No, they didn't. Right here. They answer you. This is why we care. It's because you're lying. I'm a 2X now. No, you're not. People have eyes. An oversized, stretchy 2X that fits you like a sausage casing is not the same as fitting into a 2X. I'm done. Block me if you want. Rant about being attacked by a big nasty meanie if you want, but I'm done seeing your nonsense all over my FYP. I believe that's a hashtag on Twitter. So this woman is probably sick and tired of Anna's content showing up on her page because Anna uses all those hashtags. So Anna's response is an edited picture. And if you notice, this picture is heavily edited because her body would not fit behind this picture of the hot dog. She's much wider than this hot dog bun. She just photoshopped her face on top. So that should tell you everything you need to know there. Sausage casing looks good on me. Well, it's full of pig, so full of pork. And one final element of the back and forth with Anna. In order to increase the joy of the internet, I now wear a size small. I'm also 7 feet tall and can do a triple back tuck. I'll not be taking additional questions at this time. Because this person bothered to say, I'm a 2X and at least half your size. People follow you because you're an effing joke and make us feel better about ourselves. Simple as that. I think that's true. I think it's accurate. Like, we bet. Don't hope they don't realize. She's on another GLP this time. I'm not sure which one. I know she just said something about she said she's been on a GLP basically the entire time, but she said it was a very low dose. She said that recently she increased her dose to the point now where it should be helping her control her appetite. I don't remember exactly where she posted it, but one of my previous weekly roundups, I definitely have it, and it might be in one of my posts later today. So we'll see. But I know that she posted that not too long ago. Oh, it's very much false advertisement. Like when she did that fitness app, and she never even went to the gym. Like she posted just for comparison's sake. When Anna was doing her first fitness queen phase with the Copilot app, she claimed that she was working out 3 times a week, every week for a year. She posted, I think, 3 minutes of gym footage in that entire year. She's been working out for 2 months now. She goes to the gym twice a week, and she's posted 100 times more gym content. So it really calls into question her entire first gym arc. I just don't believe it ever existed. So let's show some more. Here's a beautiful picture. This is why we care, Anna, because we're tired of seeing this crap on our social media. We don't want to see this stuff. This is not attractive, Anna. And if you look at the background, this says challenge pissing. If you look carefully, you can kind of read this. Home of challenge pissing. I don't know if a troll put that on that wall, but it is hilarious that they put that, considering Anna's always pissing herself. Next is activewear. I wear again and again. The girl lives up to the hype. I love the girly style. This look makes my compression look intentional. Something I wear just because I have to. Nothing about this looks intentional. This looks like somebody who couldn't afford a full set of clothes. So she just bought the sleeves and the skirt. You couldn't afford a shirt, so you just bought the sleeves and the bra top. This is just a horrible, horrible look with the side cleavage. Absolutely way too much cleavage coming out of the side. This is just the ugliest. This is horrific. Anna, what are you doing to us? This should be against the law. Agreed, Miss Nat. I wouldn't want her promoting anything that I was doing. Happy holidays, Melody Brundage. Merry Christmas, 8844. Hope you're having a great day. And I agree with you there. She can't possibly work out enough to compensate for her caloric intake. And it's pretty crazy because she's been working out a fair bit lately. She's been doing some real workouts. I won't take that away from her. She has been working out in the gym pretty real. Looks real to me, at least, the last few months. For her to be able to out-eat all of that working out tells me that she is eating like crazy. Welcome in, Freddie LMCD. Hope you're having a great day. There was been some time in between. They probably took her off, and then after she got the liposuction, she probably went back on. I think that's when she went back on, was when she was doing the liposuction saga. Some point during that time is when she went back onto it. I'm not sure exactly when, but sometime in that period of time. Yeah, that side boobage is just like crazy. Like that is just that shouldn't be a thing. Like I didn't even realize that could be a thing until now. And here's something I was really impressed with. Look at this scale. This thing looks like a freaking video game. Look at this. Look at the scale she uses. The thing is amazing. When I'm responding to messages often, I'm also doing this. Just so you know, when I respond to you, I'm also shaking what my mother gave me. Heart disease? Yeah, the heart disease your mom gave you. But here we go. This thing, like, what did you do? You sit on this and you play asteroids with this, or Mario? Like, what game are you playing with this? This looks like a skateboard video game controller, doesn't it? Like, is she playing the new Tony Hawk with this? I mean, if that's what I'm seeing with that. A vibration plate. So she's having a little bit of fun with that. I mean, welcome in, Freedom Deep. It's probably that's like for circulation on the feet or something though. It's probably like a health thing. I'm being silly, but it's probably like a health thing. Oh yes, Freddie, are you not? Maybe you're. Let me clue you in on some of the background on Glitter and Lasers. Glitter and Lasers has had 4 liposuctions in the last. She had that about a year ago now. Was her last one. She had liposuction over her entire body. 4 separate procedures to completely resculpt her body and remove all of the body fat that she claimed could not be burned. She said that she had no burnable body fat, and the only thing that could be done was to get liposuction to remove it because she couldn't burn it by dieting. That was a year ago. There's so much, like, I don't want to get too, like, it's hard to remember all of it offhand. But it's been a crazy story. Definitely check out some of my videos. I made a lot of them, like, really going into depth on her whole liposuction arc. That was a really crazy segment in the past. So let me put on some more stuff here. This is one of the most important vids I'm going to cover. Glitter and Lasers, as much as I like to laugh and joke, this is why I really dislike her. This is why I'm so willing to mock her, because she puts out a lot of medical misinformation. She sells a lot of false hope. She sells a lot of false hope, and I don't like that, because there's a lot of people who are very depressed, very desperate. People who are very hypermorbidly obese, like Glitter and Lasers, are usually struggling with in other ways. Once you get up to that size, you've usually got other problems as well, whether it's eating disorder, whether it's emotional eating, whether it's physical problems that have developed because of your size. All kinds of complications can develop, low self-esteem. She preys on people like that, especially women. Because I don't see her like really appealing to men as much, but in particular, obese women, and she encourages them to buy this crap that she's selling and to ignore the reality of their health, which is very, very disappointing and very frustrating to hear. I'm somebody who believes very much in health. I've struggled with my weight over the course of my life. Right now, I'm in a good place. I'm at a healthy weight. I gained back a couple pounds the last year, but I've basically been at a good weight for a few years now. I lost about 100 pounds about 4 years ago now, 3-4 years ago. Kept it off for that time. And it's, I'm happy to be here. I believe good nutrition, some exercise. I also believe having treated yourself. I'm not I'm not like extreme when it comes to dieting or anything like that either. So let's show this video here now that I've totally gotten sidetracked. Glitter and Lasers talking about weight loss medication. Somebody was asking about her being on medication. Here's her addressing that.
It's time for... We need to talk. It's time for me to level up. As y'all know, I've been using a low dose of a GLP-1 as part of my treatment plan. But recently, I decided to increase that dose. And now I'm focusing on fat loss.
I'm partnering with One Medical to make it happen. I specifically chose One Medical because of their 360 medical approach to treatment. This is not about getting smaller, this is about getting healthier. And I just want to get deeper in my squat. To do that, I want to make sure I have a provider I can work with. access to referrals to nutritionists and other providers as I need them, and a health-first approach to this journey.
I am still very serious about my training, and I don't want to lose any of this muscle. One thing I really liked about One Medical is that they don't rush you in appointments. I have a complicated medical history, and I need time to unpack that with a provider. Plus, I can get my medications delivered right to my door from Amazon Pharmacy, so it's just easier. Also, my schedule is all over the place, so the fact that I can book same day or next day appointments or even meet virtually with the provider.
Okay, so I'm going to pause for a second. I think I actually covered this video 2 weeks ago. I may have, but it's worth covering again. It's a great one here. She's showing some kind of Amazon medical system, like getting your prescriptions filled through Amazon, it looks like. I don't have any experience with this service. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. If Glitter and Lasers is selling it, I'm going to be very skeptical of the service. I don't think it's probably bad if she's selling it. But as far as the medication itself, hopefully this answers that question where I said some people were asking earlier when she decided to go back on the GLP medication. So here she's basically announcing it to everybody that she's got back on the heavier dosage. I'm going to check out some of your comments in just a second.
Provider just makes it work. I chose One Medical because it made starting this next phase of my journey a lot easier without compromising my medical care. I'm sensitive to conversations about my weight, so I decided to track my progress with a DEXA scan versus a scale.
All right, DEXA scan. Anybody not familiar with what that is? That is a device, a big machine. I don't know if it looks like an MRI or what, but it's this big machine and it scans you with ultrasound, maybe? It scans you with some kind of waves, ultrasound, magnetic waves, infrared, whatever, something like that. And it uses that information to build an image of the body, and it uses that image to determine your relative percentage of muscle and body fat, and maybe bone and organs. I don't really understand it too well. I haven't really looked into it, but that's basically what it does. It's like a scan of your body, and it tells you like what percentage of your body is what. I'm thinking, is she even like going to be able to use that? Like, is she going to be too big to fit in the machine? And even if she can fit in the machine, is it possible she's going to have so much body fat that it won't be able to make an accurate measurement? Like, I'm just wondering, because I just know that whatever machine they have, she is going to be at the absolute upper limit, unless it's designed for veterinary use. And by that, I mean like livestock. Unless it's a livestock scanner, there's unlikely it's going to be designed to accommodate somebody her size, because she is the absolute limits. Well, pretty much the limits as far as girth, maybe not as far as height or anything like that, but as far as girth, I don't think people get too much bigger around than that. Although I did see a guy on 600-pound life who was 1,000 pounds the other day. That was pretty crazy. So let's see the end of this video here.
That'll allow me to focus on fat loss, but more on that later. So click the link in my bio to learn more about One Medical and see how easy it is to get started with healthcare that just fits your life. And stay tuned here because I'll be sharing more of my journey along the way.
Welcome in, B Chocolate 8353. If you have an wonderful weekend. I think you're right. I think it's been so long since she's had anything that's fit. She completely forgot what it's like. Welcome in, Canada Cool, Padu. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great weekend. Still up on her channel. She's still pushing that stuff. And all the other girls are getting demonetized for the misinformation. But Anna's still going strong. Oh, geez, I'm falling behind on the chat. I got to catch up. Oh, let me point that out. She was not able to get general anesthesia. In fact, part of the reason she could not get the procedure done in her state of Texas is because there was no doctor that, I don't know if it was because of the law or because they were ethically, they were unwilling to operate on somebody so big. They said it was too unsafe. They said her body fat was too high to operate on. And so that's why she had to go out of state to get a doctor that would operate on her. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm glad you like it, Fresh Flowers. I'm happy that you folks enjoy it, because you know, if you folks hated my laugh, that would make it really hard to do a good show. She's got the dinosaur size. So I got to skip just a little bit of your chat, folks. Not too much, I hope. Yeah, no more burnable fat, right? That's what she said. But now she's on a GLP-1, even though she has no more burnable fat, or she claimed she had no more burnable fat. It doesn't really make much sense. Oh, Jarella with the science info here on the DEXA scan. It's a bioimpedance scanner. Interesting. So it scans the electrical resistance, and it's inaccurate. It's always like that, right? The new tech is never going to be as good as it's hyped up to be. Now I'm sure it has some value, but it's probably not the most accurate. It measures breast implants as fat tissue. Well, it's not going to. Well, Glitter doesn't have to worry about any breast tissue throwing off the scale in her case. Like bone density, maybe it could be similar to that. Oh, I have a video actually. I have it. We're gonna watch that in just a little bit. Canada, cool. We're gonna be checking that out very soon, actually, or hopefully. But yeah, I do want to see that. Just about doesn't fit into it. That makes sense. Totally makes sense. Oh, I'm glad you could, V Chocolate. Well, and thank you for watching the replays. And anybody watching the replay now, very much appreciated. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of all this. The crazy doctor laugh. I love it too. Oh, and by the way, just for anybody tuning in for a new show, I am not really a doctor. If you think you need a doctor, please go get one. I just like to call myself doctor because I think it's funny. But I'm not really a doctor. Well, I'm glad for that, because if everybody hated my laugh as much as Salah, I'd have to quit. That's kind of grim, but I mean it makes sense. I mean the good old eyes test, right? Greg Doucette's eyeballs. That's like the third most accurate, right? So let me pull up some more stuff here. I thought this was funny. Glitter's been going to the gym a lot lately. This was a funny video in her gym. For a long time, I gave her trainer the benefit of the doubt, and I said, he's probably a good trainer. Probably just, has to deal with her as a client. I'm beginning to question if he's a good trainer or not. I'm not going to say I know enough to really say for sure. But watching these videos make me think at the very least I wouldn't want to train in this gym. So anyway, here we go. Here's a clip of Anna in the gym. It says, FYI, these are the men you were afraid of in the gym. I'm going to loop this, and I'm going to grab a seltzer real quick. I'll be right back.
God, nobody's gonna ever let me film. You good? Is everybody good? God, nobody's gonna ever let me film. You good? Is everybody good?
The only thing I'd be afraid of is I'd be afraid they'd knock over the weights on me, or maybe they drop a weight on my foot or something. I think I'd also be afraid of having to spend any significant length of time with people that annoying. But seriously, these guys just seem kind of annoying. If they're not normally like this, maybe they're just doing this because Anna asked them to. I mean, I'm really trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I would not want to be in a gym with people prancing around like this and constantly shooting videos. I just feel that would be really kind of annoying.
God, nobody's gonna ever let me film. You good? Is everybody good?
And if you notice, now she's got the knee brace on. Of course, anybody can get minor aches and pains in the gym, but I hope this is not what I predicted as far as Anna wearing her body down. Probably is going to happen, though, at some point. So let's see what else we've got.
Today, I posted a video that I was genuinely kind of excited about because I felt like I saw really clearly how much progress I've made. And, you don't see that every day in the gym. And
that is so annoying. Now I'm going to end up losing the chat on this video because I'm going to be able to erase the music. But if I do that, all of the chat is going to be lost on the replay. That's so annoying. Like, if I can, YouTube makes it possible for me to erase that little, like erasing that 1 second of music is going to completely erase all of the chat replay. So I like to be able to see the chat, but I'm not going to be able to.
Instead of people commenting on that, all they could comment on was that I was cheating in not doing the same lift. And for the record, I was doing a strict press and then a push press. And in my world, push press is a graduation from strict press. It is considered an advancement from strict. I don't know how that exists in everyone's world, but in my trainer's world, that was something I earned. So it kind of sucked.
So when she's talking about push press, strict press, picture's worth 1,000 words, but I don't want to take time to pull up a video. Strict press, overhead press, it just sounds like what it means. It means you hold the weight in your hands, you push it up over your head. An overhead press, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. It's just pushing a barbell up over your head, just lifting it up over your head. And the push press means you use your legs to kind of give you some extra momentum to push it up. So let's listen to what she's saying here. People are criticizing her for doing a push press wrong. Is that what they're saying? Let's listen to this again.
Today I posted a video that I was genuinely kind of excited about because I felt like I saw really clearly how much progress I've made. And, you know, you don't see that every day in the gym. And instead of people commenting,
Don't see it. Every single time she goes to the gym, she posts a video about some new PR or some new progress. So it's kind of funny that she's acting like, you know, you don't see that every day at the gym. You see, every day at the gym with you, Glitter, you find some kind of a PR or something. I think you're making them up at this point.
on that, all they could comment on was that I was cheating in not doing the same lift. And for the
That she was cheating. So in other words, she was using momentum to get the lift up.
record, I was doing a strict press and then a push press. And in my world, push press is a graduation from strict press.
This is such a silly, nitpicky kind of thing. I really don't want to give her the benefit of the doubt on this. So I'm just going to say maybe it's a misunderstanding.
It is considered an advancement.
Let me go on to the next one here. So here's some funny comments about, I got a really funny one in a minute. But here's some funny comments about glitter and lasers. Let me pull these up. So in response to that video we just saw where she's complaining about people talking, some people wrote these comments here. Oh, this is about the video with the guys dancing around. Excuse me, not this one. Let me show this video again.
God, nobody's gonna ever let me film.
So this little video here, this is the comments underneath it. She's pretending to be annoyed, but she's effing loving this. As long as it's not girls doing it, right? As long as it's not any women giving her a hard time in the gym. If you say good job getting out there, you joke with her in the gym, she's gonna get pissed off. But all right, why would anyone be afraid of these guys? Good question. Because they are so big and buff and so strong, but she is one of them, even though she's a little skinny woman between the big boys or something. I thought these comments were kind of catty, but they were still kind of funny, so I'm going to show them. One more. Look at the smug, I'm not like the other girls like comment. They're scared. These guys are scary to other women, but not to her. She's a cool girl, so they act cool with her. They won't date her, though. And one more. Those shorts have achieved a world record. This doesn't even make sense. No, it does, Anna. It totally makes sense. That was the funniest comment out of all those. So let me keep going here. Oops. There's that one out. These shorts set a world record. So let me show something here that's really, really funny. That I thought was really funny, at least. What does Anna read? Is she a literate woman? She's somebody who likes to do some reading. What about you folks? You folks like to read? I used to read a lot when I was younger. I guess I still read a fair amount, but I don't read as much as I used to. I used to read a lot of novels. I used to like to read fantasy novels when I was younger. I used to also like to read like nonfiction, like science, like books about like animals and things like that. I always used to like to read a lot of that when I was younger. When I got older, I would like to read like some history books and things. Those are interesting. But I used to like to read a lot of fantasy books. I like to read game books and things. I don't know. I still find myself doing a fair amount of reading, but not like I used to. I like to read Conan. I read all the Conan short stories. Those were a lot of fun. Not exactly literature, though, right? But they're fun stuff. Fun stuff. So let me pull up the... I think reading is good. Let me also get that out of the way. I think reading is a good habit. And I think that even if you're reading stuff that's not considered like literature, I still think it's good to read. I do think that maybe there could be a limit. Like, I do think there's stuff that maybe is kind of, waste of time. But I think that for most people, just reading is a good habit. I think a lot of people don't read enough. All right, rant out of the way. So does Anna read? Let's see. Yes, she does. Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Is anybody familiar with this author? I'm not. But apparently some people on Kiwi Farms looked her up. And they found this book. Till Summer Do Us Part. Standard edition by Megan Quinn. 5 stars. But it only has 45 reviews. So what are the reviews like? One review in particular that I thought was pretty funny. I'm not even sure if I want to read it out loud. It's just so silly. This book is an HR nightmare. I tried so hard to give it a chance, but the writing is terrible and juvenile. The characters are insane. The entire premise veers into wildly unrealistic so quickly. The sex camp that her boss is running with her husband and invited all her co-workers to attend is wild. I cannot take this seriously. Will not continue reading a book that talks about sexual AIDS every single page. I wish I could scrub this book clean from existence. And for the love of everything, please stop naming MMC's main characters. Did not finish. Got 6 likes. So anyway, this is what Anna's reading. You want to read a summary of the book? I do. Here is a summary of the book that Anna is reading. And before anybody says, what kind of books do I read? I shared with you the books that I read. Is there anything I read that I'm embarrassed of? If there was, I wouldn't be posting it on the internet, that's for sure. So Anna must be proud of this book, considering that she's showing everybody the cover. She wants everybody to know this is what she reads. When she's in the sauna, this is what she reads. So we can finally, what does Anna read? What is her romantic fantasy? Do you feel like a voyeur reading this? Because I kind of do. A new laugh out loud summer rom-com. I got what I wanted. I became buddy-buddy with my boss in an instant, but the cost will be hefty. Finding a husband by tomorrow. Is it a smut book? I think it is. I think it is. And to be fair, nothing wrong with reading some adult content, but is that really what you want to tell people you're reading? Like, keep that to yourself, right? Like I'm not going to shame people for reading adult material, but keep it to yourself. You don't need to tell people that you're reading that stuff, right? Like if you're watching it, if you're looking at a dirty magazine, I don't think you need to tell people that that's the kind of like that's the stuff you're interested in. Like, I think that we should keep some things personal, personally. So let me read this here. Scotty Price started a new job. I think Scotty Price is a woman, by the way. Started a new job, and it's a real sausage fest. She's the only woman on a team filled with Brads and Chads. I bet they have good bodies, too, with great abs. Expecting a bachelor pad atmosphere, she is quickly corrected when she finds out everyone is happily married. In an effort to impress her boss, she mentions her non-existent husband at a company meeting. But eagle-eyed Chad points out her lack of a wedding ring. Panicked, Scotty creates a story about her unhappy marriage. Unfortunately for her, her boss has a solution. A one-on-one session with the best marriage counselor in the Northeast, who happens to be her boss's husband. Oh, maybe her boss is a woman? With no way out of her lies, Scotty agrees to see him. Frantic, she calls in from her best friend who sets her up with his brother, an improv-obsessed millionaire. Enter Wilder Wells. What a great name, Wilder Wells. More than happy to take on the job, she teaches Scotty the main rule of improv. Always say yes. But the rule backfires during the session when Wilder signs them up for an 8-day summer marriage camp with all of Scotty's coworkers, where she'll have to share a cabin with her way too handsome fake husband. I don't really know what this book is about, but the review where they complained about too many freaking dildos, I thought that was hilarious. If that's really what this book is about, then, I don't know. The summary doesn't makes it sound a little less raunchy. But I've got a feeling Glitter would be reading it if it were. So, what do you folks think, right? What do you folks think of that book? Oh, geez, that sounds awful. Hopefully you get some good results on that surgery. Okay, so that's the book Glitter and Lasers was reading in the sauna. Was it a good book? Was it a bad book? I don't know. Was it a smut book? Who could say? Oh, and here's the DEXA scan. The DEXA scan video. Canada Cool was asking about this earlier. Canada. We got the DEXA scan here. Let me pull this up. So this is the scan that Glitter and Laser was talking about, and that Jarella gave us the info on, that should be able to discern her body fat percentage. I think this is a filtered picture because she looks a lot smaller than I'm used to seeing her in this. Look at how her stomach is vibrating. What is going on with that? Oh, because the time lapse. That's why. That is weird. She is not shy at all, Flowers. Oh, and I'm going to close down the poll in the chat. So if anybody has not had a chance to do the poll, to vote yet, be sure to vote in that poll. I'm going to close out that poll, and then we're going to look at the Glitter and Lasers final video. All right, so let's close it out. Who's been the naughtiest this year? Who's been super naughty? Let's see. The naughtiest girl in the land. All right, what's the dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh? What song would we even sing for the girls? I don't even know. Oh, you're a mean one, Miss Foodie. You're a greedy, sinful slob. You're a... All right, that would be the song for the girls for Christmas, right? It's not showing the results in the chat. It's not showing the results of the poll. Well, anyway, the poll, I know the result was that Foodie had like 87%. So Foodie won the poll. Unfortunately, it's not showing up. Maybe it'll show up later. Sometimes it does that where it's delayed. All right, so let's get back to the Glitter and Lasers DEXA scan. Using DEXA scans to help track my progress, I wanted to record that I felt good in my body before getting my results to remind myself that the numbers don't matter. I love that. I wanted to remind myself that the numbers don't matter. So why are you getting this stupid scan? Why are you so hyped on this scan if the results don't freaking matter? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Right? Like, what is she even talking about? The numbers don't matter. What I learned from them does. That is semantics. I'm trying really hard to focus on making good choices because they feel good versus because they affect a number. Well, Glitter, what if the choices don't feel good? Like, you do realize that not everything that's good for you feels good. Sometimes you have to do things that don't feel good. So this is very telling that she says she's doing things because they feel good. There is more value in exercising, taking care of my body, and eating well than a number can ever tell me. The fact that you could barely even fit in this machine, that should tell you a lot right there. I mean, there's supposed to be like empty space in between, I think, right? Let me take a moment to thank all of the channel members. You're all very much appreciated. First, I'd like to thank all of the Tier 1 members. All of you are very much appreciated, all your memberships. I'm going to be doing the monthly members stream coming up in 2 weeks. And all of the channel members will be eligible to attend. And I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the Tier 2 Doctors Associates members. Canada Cool, Pondu, and Hippie Easta. Thank you both so much for your Tier 2 memberships. You're very much appreciated. So let's continue on with the Glitter and Lasers review. We're almost done here. And this I thought was a fun one to exit on. Glitter here giving us some updates on her exercise situation. Yeah. So that's Glitter's like newest post about the gym. So she's taking a little break from the gym. That's not automatically a bad thing, right? But I don't understand why she's doing this. If she was so obsessed with the gym up until recently. And now she's all about now she wants to take a break all of a sudden? Yeah, it was kind of strange. That is such a good point. That is such a good point, Little Miss Nat. People always like to say things that, well, I don't worry so much about the numbers on the scale. I worry more, you know, I want non-scale victories like fitting in my clothes better, having more energy. But Glitter doesn't have that either, right? Dashing to the fridge in a, with the 10 protein bars a day. Gonna eat a lot of food. To obese we race. Things will not be good. To stuff our big fat face. I should write up some Christmas songs. I could sing them next week. Some Christmas parody songs. Oh, that's an interesting thought, Bee Chocolate. I've heard other reactors say they think she has reverse body dysmorphia. I think that might be true. Just wondering your thoughts. I think she does, in a way. Like, she doesn't really see her body as it is. She sees herself as being much more fit and healthy. I think so. Because she is just absolutely delusional if she has to be. So if it's not described as body dysmorphia, well, I mean, why not describe it that way? Because there's definitely something wrong in her brain. She's not seeing what we see. So I think so. I think it makes sense. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Wookiee Lover. I don't think Anna's going to actually make it to the strong woman competition. If she does, I don't think she's going to finish. I think she's going to pull out partway through if she does make it. I could be wrong, but we'll see. AI could probably make some good ones, but I could make some good ones too. I bet I could make a good song, right? Especially if I work with the AI tools. That's the way to do it, right? But, well, we'll see. Hopefully we'll. Christmas Jeers to all you folks. So even though it's only been an hour and a half, I usually go 2 hours. I think we're going to call it because I'm getting a little hungry. I want to go have a bit of a lunch for myself. Hopefully this was a good stream to make up for the Wednesday stream that we missed. Sorry about that, folks. I had a little stuff come up. But I think we've had a good one today, right? Hopefully. So with that, I think we're going to wind it down here now. Does anybody have any comments on Glitter and Lasers for with thinking her gym arc ending? Does anybody else think that this is the long end, the end of her gym improvement series? Maybe, maybe not. Did she really get hurt? Is that the real reason she's quitting? Who could say? But I think we're going to find out, though. We're going to find out soon. Canada Cool, bringing Glitter back to reality. She still can't pull a deadlift from the floor. I haven't seen her do one. She's still using those raised deadlifts. If she was really serious about this strong woman stuff, she would lose some weight. Because there's a lot of strong woman events that are built around fitness, not just strength. So that shows a lot right there too. Only has till March to get her deadlift up, because that's when the competition is. That's right. Freedom Deep, good point there. It probably does, but it would burn a lot of calories having to think like that, right? All right, so everybody have a great evening, Freedom Deep. You have a great day. Canada Cool, Miss Jarella, goodbye now. Wookiee Lover. See who else here. Bee Chocolate, Little Miss Nat, thank you all for coming in. Fresh Flowers, Melody Brundage. Thank you all so much. Hope you all have a great evening. I'm really glad you can make it, and I had a lot of fun. I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye, Canada Cool. Oh, and thank you again to Fresh Flowers 717 for the super chat.